It is the Riot Podcast. This is the Monday, March 20th edition. If you're listening actually on Monday, March 20th, it's also Match Monday in the Spring Fundraiser, so your donation should be doubled if you go to RadioU.com.
We've got a few days left of our Radio U Riot Spring Fundraiser, so as a Riot Podcast listener, consider checking out RadioU.com to maybe help support, and then our podcast will return back to their normal extra long length once we're done with our fundraiser.
And can I say, Isaiah, you smell a little different today.
You think so?
Did you switch up your scent over the weekend?
I actually didn't put anything on today.
This is your scent then.
Your
My
natural
natural
smell?
essence.
That's not bad.
You think it smells good?
Yeah, I guess it could be. Couldn't it be your clothes?
I guess it could be my clothes.
Did your mom get a new detergent or something?
I don't know.
Is that supposed to be an insult, like your mom doing your laundry?
I feel like his mom does his laundry. Your mom do your laundry?
You think I drive 45 minutes of my mom doing laundry?
No, I think,
she drives 45 minutes to do your laundry.
If not, it also could be breakfast bake, so that could be
that too.
the smell that's wafting through the building.
But today on the show, we talked about some new movies that came out over the weekend,
Yeah.
including Shazam.
Yeah.
And maybe not the biggest box office opening for Shazam 2 that they thought they would
It
have.
feels like it fizzled a little bit.
So what's our next big movie?
John Wick.
Oh, yes. Okay.
That's this coming weekend.
Man, I can't see it this weekend. I'm
You
traveling.
can't?
I'll be gone. After the fundraiser, I'm gone forever, and I can't go.
So am I. It's going to be...
You're not leaving.
What are you talking about?
You're staying with Hudson.
What are you talking about? I'm going to Arizona next week.
No, you're not, are you?
No, I'm just joking.
I was like, wait a minute. You can't leave him.
Yeah.
No.
That's funny. You got John Wick next weekend.
Okay.
And then
Which the reviews on that, they say, are just fantastic. Of
they
course.
really are. And then Dungeons and Dragons is the following weekend.
Yeah.
Which, if the commercial is accurate, the reviews on that are really good as well.
It looks better than you would thought it would.
Yeah.
The trailer for that, I like that one.
Yeah.
I remember
The trailer
that.
for it looked good.
Everybody's like, oh, Chris Pine can do a movie like this. I guess we'll see. So we covered the box office from the weekend.
We also talked about a new lawn care service utilizing an animal.
And if we wanted to start a side business, maybe we could.
Yeah. I was just trying to picture myself doing it.
You want to be
know?
your own boss?
Yeah.
You want to be in charge
nice?
of 400 goats?
Yeah, to boss them around. They would listen about as much as you guys do, so it probably wouldn't be a whole lot different.
I think goats have a lot of attitude, so that would be a hard one to have so many of.
But maybe with them, I just figure like I'll just boss them around to do things they were going to do anyways. Like, hey, or eat that grass, and then they'd eat it, and that'd be my job.
Okay.
I think the worst part would be like having them at your home.
Yeah, but
Like
they'd
you
be
would need
outside.
like a barn.
Think about it. Your lawn would be pristine.
Your lawn would be, but then you'd have to pick up a bunch of goat poop.
Yeah, no. If you have like
might eat that too.
acres, you could just have it out there because then it like fertilizes it.
That's
They-
right.
they
I'm just
actually said-
imagining my backyard.
That's what I say about my dog's poop.
I know, but
Is
they
it just fertilizes.
that was the second part to the article. They were saying how then the goats just poop all over the place, and that's like a bonus.
So they just
fertilizing.
leave it?
Yeah, you could just
So
leave it there.
That is
That's
now
nice.
I'm even more interested in the idea.
I mean, it's perfectly lazy. It seems wonderful.
I know, man.
You just drop them off and let them go.
Yeah.
We're in the
just let 'em
wrong
go.
business. You
And
get
you
some
just hope
fresh
that
air.
they don't run away.
Uh huh. Why would they run away? They got all the grass they need right in front of them.
I don't know. Jim Les has a fantastic house, and he ran away yesterday.
No, he did.
He ran. He escaped
You
the
didn't tell us
backyard.
that.
Yeah, he escaped yesterday in his little. It's all fenced in, but somehow he knows his way out of it.
Yeah.
And when I got out of the shower and like looked outside, I was like, "Where's he?
Where's
he
that
at?"
little
I
doggy
started
at?
wandering around, and I was like, "He just escaped." And so then I had to run around trying to find him, and I did. He didn't go very far. He made it about 15 feet, but he also just like didn't really realize that he had escaped and was kind of just walking and sniffing.
Aw.
Thankfully, he's not much of a runner, more of just like, I want to sniff everything. So
Well, thank goodness he's got short legs, so he can't
yes,
go
he
far.
did not go far. It was
Aw.
perfect.
Well, enjoy the podcast today. Hop over to RadioU.com. Consider donating and supporting. And then if you do, put in the comment section that you're a podcast listener so we can thank you.
And we will catch you next time.
Have a good day.
See you guys.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
It's time for the box office breakdown.
Uh-oh. How did Shazam do?
Shazam.
Good morning,
we did.
Isaiah, by the way.
Hi there.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We
Did
did
your
make.
brother see Isaiah? Did your brother see Shazam?
I don't know if he did or not.
Okay.
Not sure. Maybe.
based off of the numbers, it sounds like you probably didn't. Because Shazam, Fury of the Gods, the sequel to the first Shazam, which is pretty solid, it was number one at the box office, but in North America, it only made about $30 million.
Isn't that really low?
That sounds real low.
I mean, I thought it would maybe cross over the 100 million mark, but they said it kind of doubled that amount internationally. So what was it, like 65?
So 60?
Yeah, 60 or 65 million total worldwide.
But when you consider, like, you compare that to Scream was number one last weekend, the new Scream, and that made like double what this one did. That made about 60 million. So Shazam making half as much as Scream in its first weekend, that's not a great sign. So you didn't see it, your brother didn't see it, nobody you know saw it.
Nobody.
That's a problem.
Shocker. Are we surprised by that? Is anyone surprised by that?
No, I think going into it, it wasn't the worst reviews for it, but I guess it's maybe not considered in the superhero sort of world, like the blockbuster sort of style.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was surprised.
I feel like the first one made a lot more than 30 million, though, in its first weekend. So that's not great. Now, Scream still did all right. Scream 6, it still pulled in another $17.5 million. So it's now made $76 million in the U.S. And then you have Creed 3, another $15 million. 65, that's the Adam Driver dinosaur movie, which
that kind of fizzled too. That didn't do anything.
Dropped right off. I still want to go see that, but that's 5.8 million, and then Ant-Man was number 5. So okay, that's what was in the theaters this weekend. What did we all watch?
I watched Shadow and Bone.
What's that?
That's the Netflix series. It was the second season.
Is it about a bone or a shadow?
A shadow.
A shadow, yes.
Oh, okay. So good, though? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I liked the first season. There's some things. It's not perfect, but the second season, I'm not through it yet, but I started that.
You heard of this thing?
I've never heard of this thing ever. Shadow and Bone?
Yeah.
No.
You
This is
never read the
crazy.
books?
Usually I'm the one that has watched stuff that nobody's heard. I mean, I'm sure maybe Shadow and Bone's really popular. I have no idea what it is.
Okay, well, it's obviously not pushing at you.
I'm glad that you just went ahead and actually watched something this weekend and brought something to the table.
I'm sure everybody else just watched basketball.
I did watch a lot of basketball. Did you get anything else in? Just basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Well, which game was your favorite?
Probably Kansas State versus Kentucky.
That was a great game.
It was a good game.
Yeah, I was locked in on that
They
one.
pulled in also $30 million.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the
It
Fairleigh
was number
Dickinson
one.
game was real good too. The upset over Purdue. How could anybody forget about that? So that was it was a good weekend.
It was
for watching
I
stuff.
thought so. If anybody else caught anything that's worthwhile, but it was a surprise for Shazam. That was not the strong opening I think they were expecting.
Yeah.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
How would you guys like to take a little trip to the land of my forefathers? Let's go to the Great White North, Canada, where we have a story of see what you think of this. We have a neighborhood in British Columbia, which is the western part of Canada, where they are getting what they say are thousands upon thousands of Uber Eats orders delivered to this one particular neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
The orders are not placed by the residents of this area.
So they're saying they're unsolicited.
Unsolicited orders. People, you can see people are putting up signs, stop delivering Uber Eats here. We didn't order it. People are complaining to the police and whatever. But it's not a type of thing where it's unpaid, like you would if you were to pull that old classic prank of calling in a pizza order to somebody and then, the delivery driver shows up at their door and then they're like, but I didn't order this. And then they have to pay or whatever.
Yeah.
These are paid for. Somebody's paying for all of these hundreds of Uber Eats orders that they're not eating and delivering them to supposedly strangers.
Now, I know you're like, well, this is the best ever. I want to go there, right?
Yeah.
Because you could have all this free food, but it's not like complete items. You'll get like a drink or like a McDonald's donut or I don't know why, but they're really seeming to promote a cup of gravy. It feels very Canada for it, for poutine. But they're saying they're not like full food orders. So that's why they're upset about it.
It can be a big range, but I mean, I don't know about you guys, but would you complain about this?
Well, I mean, not if you could get it, but like it's one donut in a bag. It's not like you're scoring a whole meal, but I guess
if
it is
it's
something.
hundreds of orders though, eventually You just save them all. Eventually, you'll have a full meal.
Now, what if, though, you live in this neighborhood, and so, like, let's pretend, Isaiah and Hudson, you guys ordered something.
Yeah.
And you're wanting to have it delivered, but you live in this neighborhood where it's all these fake orders. So I think that's why no one's taking a lot of the stuff, because what if you're actually taking someone's real order?
Makes sense.
Does it? I don't know.
They wouldn't know, like, hey, this Hudson order's real, and you're going downstairs to get your actual order.
Yeah.
But if everybody just starts taking all these free ones that are up for grabs, yours will just be taken.
So you're just thinking there could be some people that now this news story's out there. They're just going to be perusing the neighborhood, just assuming that every order
You're
is
taking
just
them.
up for
Just
grabs
grabbing
because of
them.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how that could be an issue. I was going to see if somebody could come up with a way where I could get to complaining about this, where this would be a problem. Because these people you watch the news report, they're legitimately upset, right?
Yeah, they're mad. It's like littering.
They're calling the police
Yeah.
and putting up signs and stuff. I would never do that.
There's no names on the orders, no specific units or addresses. So it's just basically a generic address for like a townhouse complex, and that's it.
Well, I wonder how many times they're coming like a day. Like if you're getting multiple knocks on your door a day and getting like one little thing delivered,
Yeah.
then that could be annoying. Some people just don't like it when people knock on their door,
Well, they're not
and they get
knocking,
annoyed
they're
by
just-
that.
They're just leaving it like in the lobby.
Because if they knocked, then you'd go, well, this isn't mine. And then
Yeah.
they'd probably go away. Because
So
it's already
these-
paid for, so what do they care?
These just
Yeah.
go in like the community lobby area.
It says, I do have here, this is according to Jeff from the neighborhood. He says, there was a lineup down the street in front of our house of delivery drivers. They were all laughing to each other, and one driver said there were thousands of orders that spiked over the recent weeks in
Well,
the
I
neighborhood.
know what it is. Do you
What
want
do
to
you
know what
think
it
it
is?
is?
All right, so this is
You
New
got an answer?
Westminster, Victoria Hill area.
Yeah.
Old Westminster's playing a big prank.
Oh, that old rivalry.
Oh, their old one is mad at new, and
Yeah.
so someone there is just having a really good time.
We'll get those newies.
they-
We'll show them.
They have an unlimited budget.
We'll give them gravy. They won't know what to do with it.
Well, if you want to try here at Radio U, we'll see how this prank goes.
Yeah. See how much food you have to order before we complain.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
Okay. I've got a side hustle option for you here. Although this might be a lot of work if it gets big, so it might be your main hustle. But what do you guys think about using goats as like basically like lawn care?
They're supposed to be fantastic at it.
Yeah.
But then you have to own goats.
But don't you think it'd be easy?
Have we?
No.
No, I don't think
don't
so.
think so?
It's not as
I
easy
can
as
barely
you
even
think.
handle a dog.
Yeah, but
Let alone a pack of goats.
Like 15 goats. Seems like a lot of work, a lot of food.
You could use your dog to herd the goats.
Yeah, but I feel like even just the food alone that I had to pay for to feed them would outweigh.
But see, that's the thing. Let me tell you about a guy they call Uncle Mark on the Big Island in Hawaii. Which one is the Big Island? Anybody know?
Hawaii.
Honolulu?
The
No.
big one.
The biggest one. Which one is it?
I'll look it up while we.
Honolulu.
It's not an island.
What's the biggest island
Hawaiian
in
island.
Hawaii?
But he is. His name is Mark Crivello.
The island of Hawaii is the biggest island in
look
Hawaii.
at that! Look, I didn't know there was
Hey.
one called Hawaii. That's pretty confusing.
Well, it's all Hawaii,
The
but
biggest
like also
state in
Hawaii.
America is America. Okay.
Maui is the second largest.
Got it. All right. So for Mark Crivello, Uncle Mark, he owns a business where it's called 3C Goat Grazing. He's got about 400 goats, and he has contracts with different properties around the Big Island, around Hawaii, where he will take his goats and they will basically keep the grass maintained, all the vegetation maintained, just purely by
Eating it.
hauling the goats over there, letting the goats roam around and eat and whatnot, and then rounding them back up and taking them somewhere else.
Now, I assume your place doesn't use all 400. So, like, he's doing multiple properties. Can you imagine having? Do you think he names each one?
No.
At
Yes.
400, you could still know their names. That's
Yeah,
a
I think
lot to remember.
I think
but-
he probably knows them all.
Okay.
I
Each and
doubt it.
every one.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
He's got for example, in downtown Kona, he has a $15,000 contract with the county to clear about 20 acres of land.
It's a pretty good amount of money.
That sounds like a good deal, doesn't it? And you don't have to feed the goats because the goats are eating all this stuff. And so if the goats ever get hungry, it's just like, all right, round them up. Let's go clear out Kona, And so all you have to do is clean up after them, right?
So are you wanting to start a lawn care goat side hustle?
You guys want to get into it with me?
I'll buy one goat.
One goat?
I can't even do
You
one.
don't even do
You
one?
can't?
No.
I think we could, if
Why
we
don't you
work
do
together.
scheduling?
See, I could schedule that, but I'm not dealing with the goats.
Well, you got a truck. We could use your truck.
I'm not putting goats
Just
in my
put-
truck.
No, not inside it, just in the bed.
I'm not going there either.
Why not?
But it's gonna be covered in poop. I don't think you realize how gross goats are.
And then you just hose it
Have you
off.
ever seen a goat in person?
Yeah, I know they have scary eyes.
They're real kind of gross animal. And then, so for me, I don't really want to be
You
near
have
them.
Jim the Basset Hound. What are you talking about,
He's a
gross
sweet
animals?
And I don't wanna be
he's
the
cleaner than
one-
the goat.
That, you get pulled over because you have like 20 goats trying to fit in the back of the bed truck of
Yeah.
the.
Too many.
It's too many, and you got to tie them down.
But then you just make a deal with the officer. You say, hey, I'll cut you a deal. These guys, they'll mow your lawn free of charge.
No, this isn't. I'll do this in Hawaii, but I don't want to do this
You don't
here.
think this work on the mainland?
I don't think this will work here.
I think there's a big opportunity here just waiting to be taken. If you have a lawn care company, you have to pay for all those mowers and all that gas and all like employees to drive the mowers. This is much more efficient.
And it's hard to find people,
That's
if you're
right.
looking to hire somebody,
Uh-huh.
you're not going to get a goat that quits unless it dies. So
The goats are happy.
they're happy to work.
They're happy to be paid in grass.
All right. Well, I don't know. HNI, is it Hudson and Nikki Isaiah Lawn Care?
That sounds good. Unless you want to call it Riot Lawn Care.
Oh, that could also
Unless
work.
that is a Radio U trademark that we can't use.
Maybe they'll let us use it.
They might.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.